McIlroy has his masterpiece.
Golf drivers used to look like this. The golfers used to wear things like this. Much has changed since golf was invented 800 years ago.
So I'd say around 2022, so I was about 22 years old. Played Division I football for Pittsburgh, so always had that competitiveness, and once that stopped, I just found the game and fell in love.
Yeah, I definitely think so. I mean, I think part of it might be my own bias because I started playing, so I started watching and getting more into like the sport in general. I do think that, you know, there is a lot of branding has been going into it, whether that be with the Live Golf League or the way that the PGA is kind of contesting with them, or other types of tournaments or things like that that have definitely contributed to the growth of the sport in general.
I guess it's a little bit of a cultural shift. The game does seem a little bit more accessible, a little bit maybe less stuffy. And that's just from an age standpoint, from a race standpoint, social economical standpoint. Yeah, I think that's what I feel is the biggest. It's just as you start seeing, again, I got into it because I had a couple of friends that got into it, and that drew me into it. Yeah, I think that just, you know, a cultural shift where it's become a little bit more of a quote-unquote cooler sport to play.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I've always been of the camp that the more the better, and I think that, you know, there are a lot of the old school, maybe like original guys that are, you know, PGA is 100%. You know, obviously the PGA does have the legacy and more of the institutional aspect towards golf, but I think that, you know, any competition or any publicity is good publicity for the sport. So just to see them be able to, you know, I know there's some clips and things that are tossed into there, but the more media traction it gets, the more popular it becomes to the sport. So I think that it's been a benefit to the sport.
About it is it teaches you patience. You know, in this game, if you're not patient and you're not, you know, your head's down on your shoulders, it will tell you that real quick. So it's a good thing in life to learn patience, definitely.
You just gotta, you know, jump into the water. Just get out, try it. Like I said, most people suck. You know, yeah, if you don't get into it with people that are scratch golfers, but you know, if you got friends, family that are playing, go out and play with them. And you don't have to necessarily play like a full round by all the rules. If you get a couple of bad balls, just pick it up and go walk up and shoot where, you know, the people that actually are experienced are shooting from, just to keep the game moving. But everybody had to start somewhere. Nobody picked up the club and was a pro from day one. So you just gotta get out, try it, and then from there, if you like it, practice, work on your game, and eventually you'll get to a point where, hey, you can kind of play with anybody.
What I think is that, you know, in a post-COVID world, a lot of people are looking for hobbies that, one, can reduce stress, reduce anxiety, and get people out of the house again. So now that we've kind of recovered from the COVID pandemic situation, people have stuck to those hobbies. It's become part of everybody's daily life now. For me, you know, I picked it up, you know, around the 2020s post-COVID, and it just provided a chance to go outside and experience nature and just play a game or, you know, play a sport where I'm not necessarily playing against anybody but myself, so there's kind of like a less aspect of finding a community. Another thing is, I think it's just the instant gratification model of golf, where, you know, people want to shoot threes, people want to hit home runs, people want to score a touchdown, kick a snowball. So once you get that first good hit in golf, it sticks with you and it kind of gives you a positive feedback. You get that dopamine rush, you like keep doing it over and over and over again. So even if you make a mistake and you're not the best player, there's still an aspect of investing in yourself. You know, golf is not the cheapest sport to start with. You do got to buy clubs. You do have to spend money to get out on the field and play. But there is an aspect of self-improvement that I think attracts a lot of people. It's like buying a beauty product. You invest in the money, you invest in yourself, and you feel a little bit better about yourself.
Rory is a rare repeat winner at Augusta.